Do not oil your hair until you watch this video. Today I'm going to be sharing the correct way to use oil in multiple different ways that will work best for you. So if you've tried oils before and you think they don't work for you, wait. Watch this video and try again because oiling can really make a huge transformation to your hair and make your hair look full and thick and healthy. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week, every single week, and occasionally on a Sunday I post an extra video as well as shorts. So if that seems interesting to you, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there as well as the bell. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into it. So the first way to oil hair is actually my number one favorite way to oil my hair. Oiling your ends is the thing that's going to make your hair stay longer, look healthier, and just be shinier. And this is because we are using the oil for length retention, not hair growth. Because the thing is, most people think their hair just doesn't grow or their hair grows very slowly. The issue is most people are dealing with breakage, not hair growth. Everybody's hair is growing all the time. It's just that some people's hair grows faster than others and some people's hair grows really slowly. But if it's been years and your hair is exactly the same length, it's because your hair is breaking off faster than it is growing. So one of the ways you can use oils to help this is to actually apply oils to the ends of your hair. Now, I oil my ends every single day, and I've been doing this since last year in June, I think. And it has made a major difference. It makes my hair feel better. It makes my hair look better, reduces single strand knots. It makes my hair feel silkier and shinier. It makes it easier to detangle. And if you've never tried using oil on the ends of your hair, I highly suggest you start. You literally need one drop. My favorite oil that I always use is the Kerastase Elixir Ultime. In fact, I haven't oiled my hair yet today, so let me show you how I do it. So this is the Kerastase oil that I absolutely love. As you can see, I've been using this every single day except, well, there was one week when I was on vacation, I didn't use it. And maybe occasionally once in a while, I would skip a day. But on average, I've used this every single day since June last year, and we are here. This is probably going to take me till almost the end of the year. It's absolutely worth it. It's kind of pricey, but it's worth it. Not sponsored, just sharing what I do. So all I need to do is take one drop. It's not even a full pump. So it's like a half a pump, like that. Mix it on my fingertips. Then literally it's just the ends of my hair. So it literally takes less than a minute. Maybe you feel like it'll make your hair oily, or you think it's wasteful, or you just don't want to do it every day because even seconds are a waste of time for you. Try every other day, or at least 3 times a week. But for me, every single day makes a major difference. And this specific oil is very light. It's very much like a serum, so it fully absorbs into your hair. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. But there's other similar oils that work very similar to this. The Moroccan oil one, I have never used it, but from what I've heard, it's slightly on the thicker side. So maybe if you have medium to thick hair, you'd enjoy that more. And then another one that works for all hair types because it is super thin is the Olaplex one. I'll link all these oils in the description box below that I'm mentioning if you're looking for an alternative. Again, not sponsored. I'm just putting suggestions out there. For me, I found that doing this even increased the hydration and the moisture in my hair. When I would wash my hair, even though I was using amazing deep conditioners and leave-in conditioners, what I would find is by wash day, which is usually like after 6 days, I wash my hair every week, just once a week. So by wash day, my hair would feel so dry, like from the inside out. And then I'd wash it and then everything would be soft and it would go back to normal. But now, when I stick to my oiling routine every single night, when I wash my hair, it feels like I've washed my hair after 2 days or something. My hair still feels soft and juicy and bouncy, and it's so easy to detangle, and I just absolutely love it. Unlike this is something I would only advise to put on your ends and on your hair. You could put this on your scalp, but I just don't think it would have as many benefits because it's formulated to make your hair feel aesthetically pleasing and also help your hair shaft. But I think it would be a little wasteful to put this on your scalp. But if you're using one of those pure oils like camellia oil, jojoba oil, they're very multi-purpose and you can use them on your scalp, you can use them on your hair. The only thing is if you wear straight hair or you like your hair to have a specific like sleek, smooth look to it, most of those oils have a much higher water content, which means they potentially could make your hair look more frizzy. But it is extremely beneficial, and if you're worried about any additives or if you don't like silicones or any added things, this is a great option. And these oils have amazing benefits for your scalp and for your hair shaft, and your hair can truly absorb all that goodness. So the second way to oil your hair is what used to be my favorite way to oil my hair, and this is oiling your scalp. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. There's only one reason why this is not my favorite anymore, and I'll get to it. But anyway, oiling your scalp is amazing, and this is what can actually help with boosting the hair growth. So, the first way, putting it on your ends, helps you retain the hair that you're growing. The second way, oiling your scalp, helps actually boost the hair growth. So, there's many ways to actually boost your hair growth. Genetically, you cannot exceed the rate of growth that your genetics have already chosen for you. However, you may not be growing your hair at the optimum length. If your hair can only grow half an inch a month, you are much less likely to expect a full inch a month, right? So you're trying to get the optimal results. So the reason why this helps with not only boosting your hair growth, but also the thickness and fullness of your hair. Most of the time when you oil your scalp, you also need to follow up with a scalp massage. So those together work really well, especially if you're using an oil that contains essential oils like peppermint, tea tree, rosemary oil. These will stimulate your follicles, they can help wake up dead follicles, and they can just really help you have overall healthy hair, because if your follicles are healthy and healthy hair is growing out, you're more likely to have healthier hair growing out. You're also most likely to retain it. If your hair is growing out unhealthy from your scalp, then even if you're oiling your ends to try and retain it, you probably will still deal with breakage. So for this, like I said, you can use any oil mix, whether you can make it yourself, which is what I like to do, or you can buy it. There are so many oil mixes that are out there right now, like the popular Mael Organics Rosemary Mint Oil. You can do this 2 to 3 times a week. If you're the kind of person who doesn't like the oily feeling in your hair, you can just leave it in your hair overnight and then wash it out the next morning. But personally, I can deal with oiling my hair multiple times a week. And so the only reason why this is not my number one way to oil my hair anymore is because I now only oil my hair once a week. And that's because I've been doing LED light therapy. And so when I'm using that device, you're not supposed to use oil on your scalp. So I only do this the night before I wash my hair, and then I wash it out the next morning. The next way to use oil for hair growth is a little bit underestimated in my opinion, and this is to use it as a spot treatment. Now, when you're using oils as a spot treatment, you can actually go for heavier oils like castor oil or olive oil, and you can obviously mix them to make it a little bit lighter, but you can definitely handle heavier oils. Like, even if the Mael Organics oil is too heavy for you to put all over your scalp, if you use it as a spot treatment, it can actually work well. Think of it as using like a spot treatment for your skin. So I usually use succinic acid from the Inky List. I would never put that all over my face. In the same way, a lot of people use things like, what is it? It's that like calamine lotion thing. There was one that was very popular by Mario Badescu, and it sort of dries out the spot. So sure, it's effective, and you think, oh, if I have a breakout, I should just put it all over my face. And if you do that, you probably burn, right? You get side effects. But if you put it on the actual spot, it will work exactly the way it's supposed to. So think about the oil like that. If you don't like oiling your scalp or whatever, if you have a little bald patch, if you have a little thinning area, if your hairline is thinning, you can get away with using those thicker oils just in that specific spot, and it will work amazingly well. And now this next way of oiling your hair is the one that's been going viral everywhere, that everyone has been calling deep oiling. Now this is actually my favorite way to oil my hair when I oil my scalp. Deep oiling is amazing. And the reason why I love it is because you are more likely to get good results, because no part of your hair is going to be untouched, nothing is going to be missed. You can really maximize the benefits of this, but also, this is also the way that you're most likely to get the most damage if you don't know what you're doing. So you need to pay attention to this one. With deep oiling, what you want to do is basically do exactly what you did in the second tip, which is using it as an oil on your scalp. However, you are using double or triple the amount. So instead of using like just a couple drops of oil to go all over your scalp, you're using more like a full tablespoon and a half of oil. And like I said, a tablespoon and a half of oil That's a lot. I don't want you to be pouring oil all over your head because too much of a good thing is bad, okay? Just about that much is enough. So for this oil, it has to be an oil that is a mix of essential oils and carrier oils. Again, like I said, something that's like an avocado oil or a camellia oil mixed with rosemary oil and peppermint, or even just two oils, it doesn't matter. But with this one, you're definitely going to put more and put it all over your scalp. So it would be very beneficial to find ways to part your hair if it's down like this. If it's in braids or twists or something like that, then of course you can just follow the lines and go in with a little bit more oil than you usually would use. With this one, if you are not sure how to do a scalp massage or you feel like scalp massages take your hair out, do the scalp massage before you oil your hair. But if you're experienced with scalp massages like I am, you can do it after you've put the oil on your scalp. And this is going to make sure it really works the oil in. Your scalp is going to be invigorated. If you're using any kind of tingly oil like rosemary, peppermint, or tea tree, you're going to feel it tingling all over your scalp and it feels very, very refreshing. How long do you leave this oil in when you're doing the deep oiling treatment? Well, it depends on your own personal hair. Some people have said when they leave oil in their hair for too long or they leave it overnight, it makes their hair shed too much, it makes their hair feel weird or too oily, so they don't like to leave it in overnight. This is more of a personal preference, but here's what I'd say. The minimum amount I'd suggest is 20 minutes under heat. So just wear like a plastic cap or something like that. Go under heat for 20 minutes and then you can go ahead and go to the shower and wash it out. Or you can leave it in your hair for a minimum of 40 minutes or 1 hour. Or you can even go all the way up to 4 hours if you want to leave it for long enough, but not too long because you don't like the oily feeling. Then go in the shower, wash your hair, and proceed with your normal wash day like you don't even have any oil in your hair. Just make sure that if you're going to do the deep oiling thing, you pay attention to the lather when you're shampooing your hair. You may need to shampoo your hair up to 3 times because if you shampoo your hair like there's no oil in it, you might not be able to wash all the oil out in 1 or 2 rounds, and then you might think that oiling your hair makes it leave your hair oily. But meanwhile, you just didn't shampoo it out of your hair properly. So this is why you need to be careful with this as well and not put too much oil. That's why I said like max a tablespoon and a half. If you put too much, you're going to have to use too much shampoo to rinse it out. And then it's going to lead to dryness because you had to use so much shampoo to wash out the oil. But if you're like me, I like to do this after I've done my LED therapy. So I'll do it at night. I'll give myself a nice deep scalp massage and then I'll go and take a shower. Or I will shower first while my scalp is still warm, come and oil my hair and do a nice scalp massage. And then I will leave this in my hair overnight. And then the next morning I will wash it out. So it's basically like 10 hours. And for this, because you're only going to leave it in your hair for a maximum of 1 day, you can definitely do a thicker oil, but not too thick because you want to do the scalp massage. So for me, I definitely like a medium viscosity. And if you want to see how to make my favorite oil that I'll be using all year this year, watch this video right here to see how I make that oil. Warning, it does have a lot of ingredients, but that's my favorite one. And then hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning, and hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!